Hey guys, welcome back to Foil Fridays. For this one, we are going to walk you through everything you need to know if you own or want to own a Moses hydrofoil. There's some unique things about Moses foils that everybody should know if they're going to use one or considering purchasing one, and we're going to walk you through that here. We're a little iced up outside to go foiling, so we're not going to have a whole lot of action shots, but we'll be short and sweet, get it right to it. As with all of our videos, you're going to want to click the eye icon in the upper right hand corner of the video. It'll take you to our Foil Boarding Knowledge Center, where it's going to give you a written blog that's a lot more easy to read and look through, better organized than I can speak. I'm not a professional speaker, guys, so please give me some grace in that and check out the blog, let me organize my thoughts, and you get some more info there. So the first thing you need to know about Moses hydrofoils is that not all the components are compatible with one another. And that kind of stems from the fuselage, is where most of that's happening. So in my right hand, your left side here, I have our surf fuselage for the surf wings, like the 633 and the 873. In the left hand, in your right side, I have the kite fuselage. That's going to work with all the kite wings. So anything from 590 down in terms of size currently, unless they come out with something new in the surf range that would be in that range after I make this video, but I don't think that's the case. The curvature on the front wing, as you can tell here, is quite different, and that's where that wing is going to sit. Obviously you have larger wings with surf foils than kite, so that space is larger to fit that. And then also, it's a little bit longer to accommodate for that extra bit of stability, give you a little bit of more stability off the tail wing and provide a little bit more drive upward to make that lift. Basically, it's just going to ride better with surf wings, and it's only going to fit the surf wings. So right now, that's the 633 and the 873 wings from Moses. Now for the kite wings, as I mentioned, it's a little smaller. It's going to fit 590s and below in terms of front wing sizes. And that's what you need to know about these fuselages. As it pertains to the rear wing, they are the same. So you can use your kite wings across the full line of fuselages with any of the front wings that you might wish, and that will fit across the different ranges. So that's a good thing for a few reasons, and we'll talk about that in a moment, which rear wings you might want to use with which front wing and for what purpose, but it is good to know that those will fit across the range of fuselages, whether that be kite, surf, or not pictured here, but windsurf as well. So in the middle of the fuselage here, we have the space for the masts. Any of the masts from Moses are going to fit across their entire range. For kite, surf, wake surf, what have you, sup, it's all going to use a plate mount. Whereas with the windsurfers, they're using a deep tuttle, which is a different kind of a box connection that's more common with windsurf boards. But they are compatible across the whole range of fuselages, so you can use any of the fuselages with whatever mast you might have. They're compatible with any of the Moses stabilizers or rear wings, so you've got a lot of choices there. Really where we're seeing people swap out that rear wing stabilizer is in the surf range, in the free ride setups for kiteboarding, and the main reason for that is either creating a little less lift or changing the feel of the foil as it pertains to its trackiness or maneuverability. So the surf foils are going to come with this 483 wing. It's quite large. It generates a ton of lift, which is awesome for surfing. It's also awesome for light wind foiling and newer riders looking for a lot of stability. Now, when you progress into the upper end of the wind range for this foil, which it does go quite fast in terms of a large foil, this can be kind of tracky, create a lot of lift, really require you to move a lot of weight towards the forward end of the board. And what that does, besides making a little bit more uncomfortable, is make the foil a little bit tracky. It doesn't maneuver quite as well or as sharply. So changing to one of these wings, the 330, or the 325 is really going to allow you a little bit better neutral stance over the foil, a little bit more maneuverability. And in the case of the 330 here with the extra winglets, that's going to give you a little bit more directional stability so that you can feel a little bit more confident riding in those higher speeds, that the foil is going to be going straight and not fishing around or feeling kind of a wiggly loose. Personally, I really enjoy the 330 or 325. It free rides extremely well, still creates a good amount of lift, but really it neutralizes that stance in those higher end speeds. So if you want to go out there and ride really fast with your 633 or Onda setup, this is going to be the one that I choose. I just find that's a little bit more maneuverable and free ride friendly. But if you want something a little bit more positive feeling in terms of confidence and that thing's going to go straight directionally, the 330 is an excellent wing for that. So those are some popular options for the 633 or surf foils with regard to tuning their performance using that rear wing. Additionally, some of their free ride foils are going to come with some different rear wings, and although it's not going to make as large of an effect as changing from the 483 to one of these, going to a wing without winglets is going to make it a little bit more fishy and skatey feeling with a 325. If you're realizing that maybe it's a little bit too skatey, you'd like some more directional stability out of that foil or yaw control, your 330 is going to be a good way to do that. So we've talked about fuselages and masts. One exciting new product that's recently come to market that's going to be really a big game changer for a lot of people is the foil mount Moses Slingshot mast adapter. So what this adapter allows you to do is connect your Moses fuselage and wings to any of the Slingshot Hoverglide masts. So why would you want to do that, you ask? Well, there's a few reasons. Number one, Slingshot masts are available in a number of different sizes. They make 18, 24, 28, 30, and 35.4 inch masts. So you've got a lot of options, whether you want to have something to suit a specific kind of riding, progressing past the beginner stage, whether you want to ride in the surf or maybe you're just riding in shallow water and you need a specific mast length. It's going to allow you to do that. Secondly, Slingshot masts are really proven in terms of durability as well as being very cost effective. So they're more affordable to buy than multiple carbon masts from Moses. So if you're looking at multiple masts, especially in a learning situation where you really don't need the highest level of performance and lightweight, really the Slingshot masts are a great way to go. They're really easy to take care of, and you can bang on them without having to worry about it too much. And really they're not going to put much of a ding in your pocket if you plan to progress beyond that fairly quickly. Now this works in the way that this recess is going to fall right in to the fuselage here. This tail section is going to point towards the back, and that connects to a Slingshot mast. So first you're going to connect this to the Slingshot mast by bolting through here, and then you simply slide that in and bolt through the bottom just like you would any other Moses mast. Now we really enjoy these. They're super affordable and a great solution to really fill that need for somebody that doesn't want to spend a ton of money on a bunch of different masts, or whether you want something in a specific size that maybe Moses just doesn't make, at least quite yet. So this foil mount adapter is actually compatible with all the past Moses products as well as current, whether that's a kite fuselage or a surf fuselage or one of the older masts, or one of the older fuselage. It's all going to be compatible. You just want to make sure you're using the right kit. So you've got handy little labels here to tell you which one to use with which fuselage. You've got your 647 kite, 749 surf, and some screws for the older style fuselage. So just make sure you're grabbing the right one. They've got these handy dandy packs to make that easy on you. So for front wings, really Moses has a lot of offering out there. A lot of it is in the faster end of the category. So most foilers out there aren't really going to need to be concerned about it. Really the rock stars in this lineup are going to be these three wings here. We've got the 590, the 633, and the 873. The larger two are from their surf category, so those need to go on the surf fuselage, while the 590 is still a kite wing, so that's going to need to go on the kite fuselage. The 590 wing, as you see here, is really great for powered free riding or you lighter weight guys that are looking to get out there in lighter winds. It is fast, it's quite fun and playful, but still accessible for most riders out there. You know, it's not going to be too difficult even to learn on if you really wanted to, although one of the other wings may be better suited if you're a heavier rider. The 633 is without a doubt their best-selling wing. This does go in the surf fuselage, as I had mentioned, but kind of the story behind this one is that it's got great low-end lift and stability, but still an exceedingly high top-end speed. So if you're looking for one foil to cover a massive speed range, whether that be free riding in light wind or just racing your buddies around the bay or something for fun, this one's really going to tick a lot of boxes without having to buy multiple different wing sets. The newest addition to their surf lineup is the 873 surf wing. Now this really is reminiscent of the Slingshot Infinity 76, which we have been a massive fan of, and this one is no exception. Just a little bit bigger for those heavy guys looking for light wind performance, or even lighter guys that are looking for just a really free-ridey, surfy wing that you don't need hardly any kite power for. Additionally, this one crosses over to surf very well. It pumps really well, it's super fun, it'll beat out sections because of its good speed. So it is just a great wing to have in the Moses lineup, especially for those of you guys that are surfers or wake surfers or sup surfers that want to foil with the same setup. So in addition to all of this, you know, if you have the right surf fuselage and a surf wing, they're going to connect really well. The bolt patterns line up. It's the way it's supposed to go. However, with all of these wings, you're going to want to make sure you have the right length hardware. All of these wings, when they're bought new, have labels on them that tell you what hardware comes included with that wing and what should be used, especially in which hole, because some of them are different. Mainly this is due to the thickness of the wing and the variance there, but make sure you're using the right hardware so you're not damaging or losing your wing. So like I said, Moses has a lot of unique things going on in their lineup. Really, a lot of it stems from being a really progressive, cutting-edge technology with really high-level components. They're not making any compromises simply to make their lineup more simple or less confusing. And once you know these things, really it's pretty straightforward, but it's stuff you should really know getting into investing in a nice foil like the Moses system. And if you have any questions at all, as always, feel free to give us a ring, put some questions in the comments section below, or just reach out to us via live chat or what have you here at the shop. That's what we're here for. So if you haven't already, be sure to click the eye icon in the upper right hand corner somewhere in here, and that's going to take you to our Foil Boarding Knowledge Center. There's really a lot of good info there, guys, so jump in there and take a read through if this subject interests you. As with all of our videos, we really appreciate a thumbs up. If you appreciated or enjoyed this video, feel free to share it with friends and subscribe to our channel so you can get a little notification when we drop new videos. This has been Tucker with Matt Kite, and you have a great week.